How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be doing an overview of what I did yesterday. Don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, hit the notification button, and let's go. So we are now here at my car. So I did a bit of work yesterday. I forgot to record it as I was meant to. I was just too caught up in working on this car that I made a mistake. And yeah, didn't get to record. So I figured, why not show you guys what I did to the car. So yeah, I'm gonna open the car bonnet and stuff. So yeah, there is a lot of things I might actually consider doing now before you guys saying, oh, you need a shield and all this kind of stuff. Yep, you're probably right. But yeah, so here we are. So this is the cold air intake I ran. It's the only spot really that can actually go around. This one's supposed to go around the battery, but as you see, we got like, if you come very closely, you don't have much. It's very small amount of clearance. It's still touching it. This is very squishy, but you know, yeah. So looking at it, it's pretty solid on there, but you know, it's still a concern that I'm worried that it might just go thump. But yeah, ran well. The only downside is where it's situated, it's going to get water in. Oh, and that's my fuse box, so you know, I need to figure something out about that. But other than that, that's it. So it's kind of a thing where I'm knowing whether I should relocate it. I was going to relocate the battery to the back. Might have to get a relocation kit. I don't even know where to start with that because apparently my mate's like, oh, it's very easy and you can do it, but I don't know. Just thinking about it, it's kind of, well, the only really thing that's in the way is the battery right now. If I take the battery and relocate it to the back, I'll have plenty of room to play with. Like, I've actually got plenty of room right now to play with. Like, if I was to get a turbo kit, I could probably put a turbo in it right now. But no, too much. There's too much in play with that. But that's for another time. So I ended up spending 2.5 hours trying to get this thing installed. As I'm going to say, this is technically my first time working on a cold air intake. But yeah, it was a pain, but it just lots of trial and error to try and figure out what to do with it. I ended up getting there eventually, but it just I'd literally stopped to refresh myself and going for a nice cold shower, you know, nice warm shower to recover. So whatever. So here we go. I'll just show you guys where it's located. So it runs through. You got the MAF sensor. In order to run these with the CJ models, you got to actually have the MAF sensor in, otherwise it won't run. So this is an InGen. I actually got this off a mate, so very good condition. It was from buying it, you're looking at like 700, 800 bucks. I bought it for 300. It's a very cheap deal, and I know the bloke that owns it. So I'm going to show you guys where it's located. If I can show you guys, unless I come over here, which is probably a better option. Yeah, there we go. So that's where it's sitting. It's like literally sitting in there. But I don't exactly have much play. I've like literally got that much from the tire, and that's a concern. I don't think it's gonna bother me as such, but when the wheel's turning that way, I think water will splash off and get onto it. So I'm thinking I might get a shield just to go around it, like a heat shield to protect the filter from getting water in it. That's the only option I've got at this point. And I think I can get away with having more room. Yeah. Sorry, my nose is playing up. If you guys are hearing me going a bit sniffly, I might be coming down with something, but I don't know. But it's sitting there nice and snug. There's a bit of splashback on it, but you know, I will get this looked at. I probably will get a heat shield for it, just so it gets protected from water and stuff. I can get it off eBay for like $30 if that. But yeah, no, that's pretty cool. And this just runs out down to here, and it basically, the air's coming through here and it's like pushing it out. It actually runs pretty good. So I ended up trialing it on a very windy day because there was a lot of air in the air. And yeah, it's not bad. I won't be, probably the only unfortunate side is I got to be careful when I wash where I wash my car now, as that could also affect the wheels and stuff. And that's another factor too. I could probably shorten it. I could probably shorten it, relocate the battery and put the filter here. Because I have had thoughts of redoing it all. I've got all the parts still in the back. I could probably go back to stock and figure something out, or I can just buy myself a straight cold air intake and fit it here where there's no air, and have like a rally art snorkel to connect to. But I don't particularly like the idea of running a half box, considering that the pod filter is going to be sitting there and I won't be getting as much air. Like, air will get into it, but where does it go? Like, it's going to escape if it's not getting fed directly into it. So that's that. Would say I had to take the bumper off, of course, just to get to the thing, because the moment you walk in blindly doing this, there's no turning back. Before you do anything, and I'm going to add this advice, before you do anything, make sure you research before you trial this, because I did some research. I'm thankful that I actually did, because I knew exactly where to put stuff. The only downside is the brackets don't actually sit. So, because there's so much compact areas in the spot here, so like the battery's the only thing that's probably my issue. Like, I'm not far off, but if I had moved it back, I probably could have gotten away with it. Even if I could have bolted, I literally bolt a bracket down and just run it, but it's not going anywhere. It's like very actually stable, so it doesn't matter. Other than that, I can't really complain much about it. So, but yeah, if you guys want an InGen, look on eBay. They've got some for like a couple of $100. Just when you buy them, make sure you know what you're doing, because if you don't, you could screw something up, and that's probably a bad thing. So yeah. Other than that, no issues. I've got all the parts in there. It was a pain. It took me 2 hours. It should have been a 30-minute job, but it's to be expected, considering that I kind of wanted to do it. I got the parts the day before. I did it yesterday afternoon because it kind of rained, and then I had that time bracket where I could actually do it myself. So yeah. Well, that's one thing off the list. I probably am going to get a newer ECU, because the ECU that I've got, that's kind of limited to how much I can do. I might actually unlock or I think it's jailbreak or hack it, get someone to hack into it, and it's probably better to take it to a tuner, because this thing will need a tune. I'm probably going to get new clamps for this anyway, because the clamps that I've got on there, I'm probably not going to hold much longer. They're on there tight. It's just I feel they're not exactly the good brands. I might have to get a better one. And then I got other things like my radiator to fix, like I'll show you. I've got to get this done, as this is leaking and all that. So, and I've still got I've got enough access. Like, this is not an issue now. I can actually access this. All I got to do is pinch it there, pull it off. I've got to pull that off, pull that off, pull that off, pull that off, So all that's going to get replaced. I've actually got that on order at the moment, waiting for a phone call so I can pick those up. Like the radiator cap, I've literally got a spare one of those anyway. Didn't expect the car to come with it, but it did, and I'm actually thankful it did. So it'll fix my radiator leak. That's actually, surprisingly, I'm actually on full. I actually kind of filled it up a tiny bit, so it doesn't matter if you fill up a tiny bit, as long as you don't fill it up by a mile up at the top, you should be fine. So yeah, yeah, no, taking it apart probably was like taking the original filter off was probably a pain because that thing was not coming off and it was a pain to put back on. It'd be a pain to put back on, I can imagine. Um, but yeah, no, like it just without that box, it makes it so much easier just to like get to things and all that kind of stuff. Your ECU is just there. I could have actually bolted a bracket there and run a bracket here and then zip tied it, but you know I actually kind of did zip tie here too, so it's not a big deal, but it's concerning, and I reckon I should get this checked before anything. Before I get a tune, it's gonna have to fix all the leak. Like I reckon there are leaks somewhere that I'm not know of, so even if I get new things for these and I get them put on and then take it to a tuning shop. This thing for some stupid reason does not like lag or anything. I don't know, it's actually quite interesting because I would have thought it would not, you know, it would feel a bit different. It's actually, no, it feels smoother for some stupid reason, but it runs. It runs. I'm just not gonna I'm not gonna worry about anything else. So yeah, runs. That's all that matters. I've got other plans. I'm still looking at getting a bumper. I'm not sure when that's gonna come because I just spent a lot of money on parts over the past week and two. Yeah, so I need to start saving again, and then once that's done, we can get this front bumper replaced, and yeah, it should be good. Other than that, she runs, she sounds good, and yeah, that's all I can think of. I might do a startup video later on during the day. I might do a shorts clip just to give you guys a bit of a understanding of what it sounds like. And you guys obviously will hear a pod filter anyway, so you guys will know what it sounds like. It just makes like sort of sound. That's all it does. But yeah. Anyways, guys, I hope this video was interesting. If you guys have any questions, comment below what you think of it. What other things should I do to it? If you guys also have any advice, because I'm thinking of running it at the front next time, so that way I don't have it near the wheel, because I think putting it near the wheel is kind of a bit of a concern. It just means I'm limited to driving during the day, like during dry time, not during wet seasons, you know. Even though I kind of went through a water thing, it looked like it was okay, but I don't like having water in the area, so yeah, not great. So yeah, just comment below what you guys reckon I should do next, where I could relocate things, because I reckon I could get away with certain things in this car, just only a matter of researching and time. But yeah, anyways, that said, I hope everyone's doing good. Don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, hit the notification button if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, boys.